Good. Heel. Heel. Turn. Heel. Good girl. Let's go. No. Let's go. Good job. Uh-oh, my long line fell. That was smooth. So she got sandwiched in the middle of a family. That's what caused that. Heel. That's a tap. Getting distracted. Be good. Good girl. Sit. Being concerned about everything going on around her. Good job. Let's go. Heel. No, heel. Little kid running. Just still a lot of worry that we're working through. So now the tap gets her attention, cuts through some of the anxiety in her brain. Heel. And then there's still food on the end of it. No. No. Okay, so just kind of let you know what happened in case you're curious. I stuck my foot out and that little dog was coming in hot, and friendly or not, it doesn't matter. It was scaring Mouse, and understandably. And so since the dog didn't heed my foot at all, just was trying to look for a way to get around my foot, I had a choice to make. I could be physical with this dog, boot him a little bit. It was a small dachshund. Just boot him away a little bit, stomp at him maybe. But it was an older dog, an older woman. I decided that this was not that type of situation. So I very calmly and assertively, so it's non-emotional, very matter of fact, I should say, scooped up Mouse and waited, for the woman to come get her dog. And he continued to bark and stare up at Mouse. And I rarely do that, but it was, in my neighborhood, it was a nice woman, elderly dog. So, you just got to make those choices sometimes to just, even though it wasn't the best for Mouse, it wasn't horrible either. It would have been better to be firmer and really advocate for Mouse and let Mouse see me send that dog away. But it just didn't seem like that was going to happen without me being really forceful, which again, I didn't want to do with that particular situation. So just be clear for that. The other thing I wanted you guys to understand is that she's whining at dogs, and when she does it, we say no and we keep moving. She's still really struggling with it. And this type of situation is totally different than when I pass by a dog with Mouse and Mouse whines or tries to kind of bark. And I'm like, no, tap, and then I change her eyesight. That's always the important thing, is to change eyesight. This was different. This dog was off leash, running at us, barking. I don't care about her whining. And I started to let her ears go too. I just kept her moving. Let's go, until I was in a position where I could turn and face the other dog comfortably. My point is just that when your dog is really under that amount of stress, the whining is the least of your concern. Just stand there calmly and control the situation, and don't let your dog out in front of you. They should be behind you a little bit, even if you have to hold them behind you a little bit, which we eventually did. And then the little dog ignored my foot, so I scooped her up. really quickly. Okay, so please keep that in mind. I hope that makes sense to you guys. The situation matters on whether you're correcting reactivity, growling, whining. Context matters. And that was not a situation where I would expect any dog to be calm and cool and quiet. I need them to listen to me. That is non-negotiable. And what I mean by that is you don't get to react. You need to be behind, like, you don't need to, by react, I mean forward motion reactivity, like lunging, barking, or jumping at them excitedly, whatever it might be. You have to be beside me or behind me and let me handle it. But if you're whining or anxious or even a little barky, as long as you're not moving forward, you know, I'm okay with that, because that is one of the toughest situations to be in, and expect your dog to just be calm, cool, and collected. It's just not going to happen for a lot of dogs.